Hey guys, Adam here, your Omega Quest DM. And in this episode, I'm going to talk to you about adding some realism to your game. Now, maybe you play Pathfinder, Dungeons and Dragons, whatever your role playing game is that you play, you always are going to have some type of currency involved in that. And let's face it, sometimes the players keeping track of money, even when you keep track of money, there's a copper bit missing here or a silver piece spent there, and the treasure and so on just doesn't seem to add up anymore. So what can you do? Well, let's talk about adding some realism here. What I have here, for the longest time, I wanted to add some real money to my game. And what I had found was I looked and I searched for tokens on the internet, and the cheapest tokens I could find was about 11 cents. And I thought, you're going to give away, say, 50 gold pieces, okay? So you're going to give out 50 gold pieces to a major reward or what have you in a treasure hoard. So you want to have actually 50 gold pieces. The problem is they're 11 cents a piece. You've got 5 players. You do the math. And it goes on and on. Okay? Now, I searched the world over and could not come up with anything that was cheaper. Now, I've got to be a little bit careful here. So, I've got my coins that I have made. And you guys who are really smart will figure this out. This copper piece or brass bit that I'm going to use in my game cost me exactly 1 cent to make. The blank that I used cost me exactly 1 cent. I put my blank on my little die block here that I have, and I used my trusty sledgehammer and I pounded out my token that I had that cost me exactly 1 cent, and when I got through, I have a blank here that now I can use. I also have, that I have purchased off of Etsy, a couple of die markers. One of them is a crown and one of them is a dragon. And I can punch these and turn them into the currency of my realm, which will have a dragon on one side and a crown on the other. Now, so we have the cost that it makes us for a brass or copper bit is 1 cent. So we can make up several of those for exactly a penny a piece, and we can make those up in bulk. And for the average buying a meal, buying a ale at the tavern, the guys can actually carry these in their coin purses, and when they go into the inn, they can say, "Here you go, barkeep," and pay for their bill. And when they are actually out of coins, they're actually out of coins. There doesn't have to be any math and keeping paperwork involved. If they have money, they have money. When they spend money, they spend money. Now, there's something you say, well, why do you want to do that? This is going to force those players to go into town, because you've heard of when the coffers are empty. You see, when the DM's coffers are empty, it seems as though treasure doesn't turn up in the hoards anymore. You get my drift there? When you run out of treasure as the DM, the beasties tend to get more violent because they're broke and they're trying to come after the players' money. Okay, well, you say, well, what about a nice silver piece? Well, okay, here's a nice silver piece blank. Guess how much this one cost me? Yeah, exactly 5 cents. These cost me exactly a nickel a piece. So I put these on and hammer these out, and they cost me exactly 1 nickel a piece. And then once again I can take my stamp and turn them into the coin of the realm by putting my dragon on them, and so on. Now you say, well, what about gold pieces though, Adam? Well, all you have to do is take one of your brass bits and you can paint them gold, and they hold up really well. The difference between, unfortunately, what is gold and what is brass under the shininess here doesn't really warrant showing up. So one is gold and one is brass, but if you're holding them and actually looking at them, you can actually tell the difference. Now, there's bunches of stuff out there, and in my business, I work as a gold buyer. And I get people who bring in coins to me that are weird tokens, and I'll offer them a quarter a piece for them that they're worth nothing. This was an old National Rifle Association coin, and it was worth nothing. It was just a memento for joining the National Rifle Association. I put it on the block, I banged it out. This is now a marker for a 500 gold piece marker. So you've got a player that's going to carry a large bulk of money. There you go, 500 gold piece marker. This is actually supposed to be a silver bar that one of my employees bought. And are you ready for this? It was actually supposed to be platinum. He paid $1,200 for this, and it's worthless. It was a fake. Ugh. So I figured I should get some pleasure out of it, so I banged it out, got most of the writing off of it. So this is going to be a mithril bar that is worth several thousands worth of gold, and I may as well get a little bit of enjoyment out of it, so a player can carry a large sum of money in this mithril bar and be able to carry a large sum of money when they need to buy a large amount of supplies. Also, I get into my store, I get cubic zirconias. People bring them in, they think they're real. I buy the gold, the stones are worthless. I take them out, I keep them, and now they become part of the trade. Now you can go to Michael's and Hobby Lobby and you can get the rough looking stones in the big bags, and those work great too. You can use those as rough mined, uncut stones. But it's pretty cool to go in and to outfit yourself with some armor and pay for it with diamonds. And here's the thing, let your players come up with some of this stuff, and when they go in, let them pull this out and negotiate with you. And here's the thing, they have to take this to a gem cutter's shop, or they have to take this to a place and have it appraised, and that can be an adventure. So just turning your money, just turning this into adds a lot to being able to add some detail to your game. Well, this is Adam. I hope this video has been informative. Please leave a comment. Please subscribe. I hope you've enjoyed it. This is another comment and video from your Omega Quest DM. Have a great day. I hope the dice always roll in your favor.